audience coordinator, Susie Wiley, has a delicious surprise for our studio audience this morning. Susie, this is something I like for dinner occasionally, not gonna lie.
This is amazing. Okay, it's a snack that's very American and perfect for the 4th of July. It's popcorn. And there's this great new company we've discovered called Cretors. They have family ties back to the very first popcorn machine invented by Charles Cretor in 1885. 126 years later, this 5th generation is keeping the family tradition alive by popping their corn their good old-fashioned way by hand in copper kettles. And it's healthy too. No GMOs, no artificial colors or flavors. Instead of corn syrup, they use brown rice syrup. It's kosher and gluten-free. It's so delicious. And today, we're trying their Chicago mix, which combines caramel corn and cheese corn in the same bag. When you get both of them together, it's amazingly sweet, salty, crunchy, cheesy. It is so, I was not convinced till I tried it.
No,
It
that
is
sounds
perfect summer movie
tasty.
popcorn.
Yeah, that sounds tasty.
Best thing is everybody's getting a big bag.
In the audience today?
In the audience.
This is over, and I reached down to pick this up. This is from Cretors popcorn. They sent this in honor of the Oscars coming up on Sunday night because popcorn and movies, of course, go together. So. And I did not realize this, but Cretors apparently created the very first popcorn machine.
Really?
Yeah, back in like 1893. That's when they got their popcorn popper machine patent. Isn't that kind of cool?
Will you finally open that?
Yes, finally. Yeah, this is the kettle corn, by the way.
No, you don't have to open it. You can take it.
It's too late now. It's open.
Okay.
All right, so good
Well,
deal.
it's open, all right.
What happened there, huh?
Put my hand in there.
I'll get some after the 7-day, but while they work on that, good morning, everybody. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week in Tennessee. Maybe just, no, I gotta hold it.
You have to.
No, I gotta
It's
hold
really
off.
good.
It is
12 this morning, live in HD. Starts now.
Well, you know what goes great with watching the Oscars?
Well, of course, popcorn goes great
Sure.
with movies and the Oscars. And when Charles Cretors invented the popcorn machine back in 1885, yeah, it's been that long,
Wow.
the creation took popcorn mainstream and helped catapult it to one of the best-selling snacks of all time.
I just can't even imagine why. But that coincided with the dawn of the dime theaters, and that was back when they just had the classics like butter and salt. But today, the folks at Cretors have taken popcorn to the next level with all of their amazing flavors.
All right, they've got a lineup that includes Chicago mix,
That's
caramel,
what we got
cheddar,
here.
kettle corn, so on and so forth. I love this Chicago mix, though. I mean, it doesn't sound like it would be good because it's caramel and cheddar popcorn mixed together, but
It's got
really
that nice
is.
blend of the
Yeah.
sweet and salty.
it's one of those things. I mean, it's like peanut butter and jelly.
The folks at Cretors sent along these little boxes, the little popcorn boxes. I think these are so cute.
So if you're having an Oscar party this weekend, you get these little
perfect.
boxes and serving sides to your friends.
But I will say this: this popcorn. This is the second time that they've been so generous to send us some. But I mean, it's like the flavor on the popcorn is just intensified.
It doesn't taste like bagged popcorn.
I've never had, bagged popcorn just has never tasted so good. So again, thanks to the folks over there at Cretors. So if you're going to be at home this weekend watching the Oscars, you need to pick up a couple of bags.
You're waking up to the Good Morning Show.
We are counting down to Hollywood's biggest night right now and giving our personal reviews for the Best Picture nominees. And you cannot enjoy movies without popcorn.
That's right.
Cretors sent us some of this delicious popcorn. So now we're going to give our reviews as we eat this popcorn. Sierra, you've seen most of these films. Who do you think will win?
Well, I have my popcorn.
Yeah, you
my
got it.
popcorn.
None of that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
How
get
many
you
have
caught
seen
up.
again?
Zero. Zero dark 30. That's
We'll
it.
be right back in a few. We're going to finish
40.
up this popcorn.
Welcome back. It's one of those foods you smell and you just have to eat it. And if you're watching a movie at the theater, you're willing to miss the first few minutes to stand in line and get it. I'm talking about popcorn. It's all thanks to Charles Cretors, who invented the popcorn machine in 1885. Fast forward 126 years later, popcorn has evolved. Here to explain, please welcome Charles Cretors' great, did I get enough greats in there? 3. Okay, great-granddaughter, Claire Cretors. Hello.
Hi, thank you.
What a great story to have in your family.
Yeah, it's a great story. So my great-great-great-grandfather, actually, he was a candy store owner, and he wanted to sell roasted peanuts out of his store. So he bought a peanut roaster, and it was terrible. It didn't work very well. So he was an engineer, and he kind of refabricated it, and in the process, invented the popcorn machine.
Huh, so just all of a sudden found out that one popped the corn. Now, you could pop corn before, like over a stove
sure,
or whatever.
I mean, the native Indians, you know, were popping corn,
Right.
but this was the process of popping it in its own oil, but using steam power, which was the same technology that this peanut roaster was using.
Yeah, so, and then there's a picture right there of it putting on a horse-drawn carriage.
Right.
Now it could go places, which is why you see those old pictures of like a lot of the county fairs and things.
Yep.
You would see the popcorn there and the peanut roast there, and then moved into movie theaters. Now, how did that?
Right. Well, prior to that, so he really pioneered this idea of concession. I mean, it never existed. So people were renting these machines, and they were sitting on the street corners selling popcorn. And then movie theaters really picked up. You know, cinema got exciting, films got exciting, and these popcorn machines then moved into the theater
in
houses.
many cases, it's that popcorn that helped
Absolutely.
the movie theaters make their money.
Yep.
All right, so the company today has evolved, and what's neat about this story is that it's stayed in the family. Oftentimes, it'll drop off of a generation and it gets sold to somebody else, but it's been stayed in the family, and it's all in the family.
It is all in the family. It's definitely all in the family, and our company now is my mother and I run the business. My husband is involved in the company. My sister, my brother-in-law. So it's truly a family affair.
Yeah, and it keeps growing because things become different. Your mother came up with kind of that idea of the tins.
Right. So the Popcorn Factory, which is a popular mail order catalog, she had this idea to market popcorn in decorative tins. At the time, they were sold in very plain, sort of ordinary tins, and the idea, she saw this great opportunity to put some beautiful pictures on it and market it that way, and that catapulted that category.
Yeah, which is smart because you keep those tins.
Absolutely, they are nostalgic. You know, you keep them, you put your Christmas ornaments in them, you do all kinds of stuff.
Regift.
Regift. Regift.
All right, and so there you go, and then the variety pack right there. And everybody, I think, has seen that. It's a great office gift and the whole bit around the holidays in particular. But let's talk about the popcorn itself, because sometimes when I get popcorn out of a bag, it's not crispy.
Right.
And this is all great and crispy still.
Well, we are very, very particular about our popcorn. Obviously, we take great pride in it. All of our caramel corn is still popped in, made in copper kettles the old-fashioned way. We're using really interesting ingredients. Everything is non-genetically modified. We don't use corn syrup. We use brown rice syrup to sweeten our popcorn. We use cane sugar and brown sugar. We use real butter. There's no butter flavor. So it's a real, true homemade product. The candy is cooked in the copper kettles, which gives it a really nice flavor. You don't get that when you're cooking in stainless steel. It's just not the same.
Yeah, and you all picked up on this thing, too, that I have friends that sometimes take their M&Ms at the movie theater and dump them in with their popcorn because they like that salt. Yeah, sweet and salty taste. So you solved that problem for us.
So our Chicago mix, which is our most popular item, is the cheese corn and a caramel corn mixed together in the same bag, which is exactly what you said, sweet and salty. People sort of cringe a little bit when they hear it, but I swear if you do 2 cheeses and 1 caramel, you'll be hooked.
Yeah, you're right.
Be hooked.
We got hooked in the office yesterday with the popcorn. Well, this is a great American story. And thanks for sharing it with us.
Thanks for having us.
And of course, you can order those tins. You can order stuff, the boxes all set up for
Amazon.com. You can order all of our SKUs. We have all the 5 different flavors available, and of course, locally in your stores. And we're happy to bring it to Houston.
All right. Everyone in the audience is going home with a bag of Chicago mixed popcorn. Oh, excuse me. I was not done with that, Chris.
You're done with the
I
segment.
was not done with that.
Well,
I think that was... Well, I'm going to eat mine anyway, so there you go. To learn more about G.H. Cretors, we have put a link at greatdayhouston.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, now to swallow. Up next.
This is CBS 2 News.
They've fired up the kettles and they're ready to pop some popcorn here at G.H. Cretors. This is the family that invented the popcorn machine back in 1885, and they're still in business. We're going to show you what keeps them popping just ahead.
Time now is 5:20. An Illinois family has perfected the art of popping corn.
In the 1800s, they invented the popcorn machine, and now all these years later, they are still in business. CBS 2's Vince Gerasoli is live inside the G.H. Cretors Popcorn Factory in Waukegan this morning. Popping some popcorn. Hey, Vince.
Chris and Marissa, it's another Hairnet Monday. I think we're looking styling, but this is what you have to do when you go inside the industrial plants that make the food that we enjoy. Look at all this popcorn. We are here at G.H. Cretors, and I'm here with Claire Cretors. Your family making popcorn since your relatives invented it back in 1885. Yes. What's it like having that weight on your shoulders as you carry the tradition forward?
No weight at all. It's really exciting. We're really proud of it. It's an unusual thing.
Okay, how much popcorn are you guys popping up each year?
A few million pounds, maybe about 3 million pounds.
Well, thank you for showing us how it's done today, too.
Sure.
Not so much a million pounds, but a little bit.
Just a little
okay,
bit.
so this machine is really cool when it gets going. Go ahead and get it started for us. So what exactly is it doing?
So this popcorn is waiting for a batch of caramel to be poured on top of it. And this is what we call an auger mixer, and it's designed to coat every kernel perfectly so that we don't have any white space.
Okay, take a look over here where they have all of the copper kettles going, and this is what is going to be poured on top of that popcorn. What's this a mixture of?
So this is a mixture of sugar, brown rice syrup, butter, all good stuff that you'll find in your kitchen. We use all natural ingredients. Everything is GMO free.
I don't know if you can see the temperature gauge just to the right here. The temperature has to be the exact perfect temperature before you pour it on top of that popcorn, right?
That's absolutely correct. Yes, it's very precise.
Okay, and you can see that they have a fair number of these copper kettles going, and on top there's butter, because at the right temperature you actually add butter to this particular mix, right?
Butter makes everything better, yep. And so we wait for the perfect time for it to go in.
Now, how large is this facility? We're seeing just a small portion of it.
Our facility is about 200,000 square feet. It's long and narrow, but it gets the job done.
Okay. Would you mind, can I just flip the switch here? Because I want to have some fun. So we're going to mix up some popcorn for you this morning. You know, I used to work in a movie theater, and I made my fair share of popcorn, but it didn't taste like GH Cretors.
It does not. GH Cretors, are our signature flavor, is our Chicago mix, which is actually cheese and caramel mixed together in the same bag. They don't sell that at the movie theaters.
Will you make some of that for me later today?
We will. We're getting started here, so we'll see it.
We'll be popping up all morning long here at GH Cretors, so stick around. I'm not going to reach my hand in because...
Be careful.
Because that would be bad.
Even though I want to. More coming your way, guys.
Thank you for that, Vince. Time now is 5:23.
Take a look at this delicious hot caramel. This is the caramel dump that helps make GH Cretors popcorn so tasty. This family's been in the business since their relatives invented the popcorn machine back in 1885, and we're showing you how they make such a delicious popcorn. Stick around.
Well, his report is about to pop up before your very eyes.
Yeah, this morning, CBS 2's Vince Girasoli is visiting the family whose ancestors actually perfected the popcorn machine back in the 1800s.
We're getting up close and personal with the popcorn this morning here at GH Cretors in Waukegan. Now, above me are these giant popcorn machines that pop about 3 million kernels, or 3 million pounds of popcorn every year. And what happens at this particular point here is that it's dropped into these big cylinders that you see here, and we have the heated cheddar cheese is sprayed on top of that popcorn. It's eventually dropped into what they call their Chicago mix, something that an awful lot of us love to munch on, at least when we're not on a diet. I am here right now with Phyllis Cretors. Now, Phyllis, you married into this family. This was sort of like popcorn royalty, because your family used to make popcorn mixes, and then the Cretors family that you married into invented the popcorn machine.
That's right.
What's that like?
Well, when you have the king of popcorn and the queen of popcorn, it's a match made in heaven.
It certainly was, and your family carries the tradition on today. Now, you take care to use a particular type of kernel of corn in your popcorn, don't you?
Yes, we do. We actually use all genetically modified corn, organic or non-genetically modified.
Make sure that it's not modified.
Not modified.
And that's what gets you in stores like Whole Foods and things like that, because of the quality of the kernel that you're using, right?
That's right. That's right.
And then the process that we see here is after the caramel that we saw earlier, and then the cheese that we see here in this part is mixed up with the popcorn. It's then sent on these conveyor belts over to the bagging area, right?
That's right.
You got some beautiful bags. I saw them earlier.
Yeah, we do. We're real proud of that.
We'll be showing them off a little bit later on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send it back to you guys right now, but I do need to take a taste. So there's more popcorn coming your way, and I'm going to actually go off my diet right now for you, Chris and Marissa.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
There's a lot of machinery there, Vince. Just be careful.
Yeah, watch your fingers. Thank you, Vince.
Look what's popping up today. We are talking popcorn with the family that invented the popcorn machine back in 1885. We're touring the GH Cretors plant in Waukegan this morning. Stick around, and I think you're going to wish you could just reach out and touch the popcorn and eat it right off the screen. Take my word for it.
One of the greatest inventions of the industrial age gave us the great American snack, popcorn.
The same family that perfected the popcorn machine is still at it more than a century later. As CBS 2's Vince Girasoli live in Waukegan for us this morning at G.H. Cretors Popcorn Factory. Hey there.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, Chris. Chris, with your kids, I bet you can identify with this. I kind of feel like Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. around all of these industrial machines here. However, I think my job's a lot tastier. We've been touring the G.H. Cretors factory this morning, and what we have here is the weighing machine that actually puts together their Chicago mix. It's a mix of caramel popcorn and cheddar popcorn. And in each of these particular containers here, they weigh it out just right, and then it falls down the chute there, and it goes into the bags, and we're on top of the bagging machine, and if the camera just takes, if Luke can show us just over there, once it's bagged, the workers down below then put it inside these pallets, and then they're carted off to stores all across the country. Claire Cretors is with me now, and you have a great story about your bag. It's a Hollywood star, isn't it?
It sure is. We got a call from a production company. They were filming Red 2 in Canada and asked if they could use our bag. It was filming in a Costco.
And you didn't actually seek this. They said, we want the G.H. Cretors bag.
They said we have to have the G.H. Cretors bag. So, of course, we signed a few papers, and off it went. And we were pleasantly surprised to know that it got about 5 minutes in the opening scene.
The actress, who's holding it in the movie?
It was Mary Louise Parker actually holding the bag of popcorn.
She's actually cradling it like this in the movie, right?
Shoving it in her mouth and enjoying it.
And then all of a sudden something happens.
Right, so then the car explodes in the parking lot and the popcorn goes flying.
You don't want me to make the popcorn
No, don't do it here.
So a lot of companies actually seek out moments like that, and you were actually tapped yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't have to pay a penny, so we're pleased.
Must have been a proud moment for the family and all the workers.
It was really fun to see it up on the screen, yeah.
Okay. You know what else is fun? Going off your diet and eating the G.H. Cretors Chicago mix. One more. But this is like a predicament order here. I'm just, only one.
Only one.
More
Stop
coming
it
your
there.
way from G.H. Cretors in Waukegan.
Bring some back
Here's
for
the
us,
bag.
Vince.
Hollywood
Thank you,
star.
Vince. Time now is 6:20. Live pictures from Mobile 2 this morning. Vince Girasoli is stirring up some popcorn. We'll tell you why he's up in Waukegan when we come back.
Whether you like it with butter or cheese or just plain, popcorn is a great American snack, and we have a local family to thank for its appeal. CBS 2's Vince Girasoli is live in Waukegan this morning with G.H. Cretors family, whose ancestors invented the popcorn machine way back in 1885.
Yes, Marissa and Chris, they put me to work here at G.H. Cretors. Now, above us are these giant popcorn machines, and then once the popcorn's popped, you just pull this. I think I broke it. Oh, no. Wait, I got to stop it. I don't want to break the factory here. Anyways, they go into these giant bins like this, and then they come over here and they're mixed with all the caramel, and this is just half of what G.H. Cretors calls their Chicago mix. This is a 24/7 operation, and I'm here by these beautiful copper kettles talking to the beautiful Claire Cretors.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us here this morning. Okay, so your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather's responsible for inventing the popcorn machine.
Exactly.
When you were young, were you allowed to come here and eat the popcorn?
I was. I probably didn't realize what was going on, but my friends definitely like coming over to my house after school. There's always popcorn around.
Are you constantly looking for new flavors?
Always. It's a daily thing here. We're even doing some experimenting with Greek yogurt these days, so we're always looking for the next thing.
And so it's so often now that people are concerned about quality ingredients. They don't want anything that's genetically modified. They're looking for the healthiest of possible ingredients. That's something that keeps you folks in business, right?
Yeah, we're really passionate about it. No GMOs, all natural ingredients. We use real butter, real sugar. There's really no need for caramel flavors or artificial anything.
And it's not fattening at all, right?
Absolutely not.
Thank you so much for having us here this morning. This is a real Chicago tradition. G.H. Cretors, take a look at it one last time as they put together the Chicago mix. We had a grand time being here this morning, and Chris and Marissa, I promise I'll try to bring you back some.
Yay!
Keywords
like
try.
that. Yeah, I know. Famous last words.
Thank you for that, Vince. Time now is 6:50. There is a new push to keep students safe.